All right, we're live as a mother lover. Turn me up a bit. Yeah. Yes. Welcome back, mother lovers. This is another episode of something you might not never know nothing about with myself, your host, MysDiggi, alongside my co-host right there, Dan DNA. What's going on, bruv? I can't even see. Yeah, there's a whole load of equipment in the way, so I can't even see him anyway. But a screen right in front of me, as you can see, mother lovers, we have none other than Homeboy Sandman, all the way live from Queens.
Yes, coming to you live from Brooklyn via, Queens. Then come to Brooklyn.
Oh, hey, is that you going on, yeah? Brooklyn
that's
now.
One accuracy, currently I'm in Brooklyn, but
is that the Red Bricks? You in the Red Bricks? Are you in the Red Bricks or you're just in the regular?
The Red Bricks.
Yeah,
my building made out of red brick. My building in Queens is made out of red bricks. This building that I'm in now is maybe a brown brick, maybe something like that.
What does all that mean? What does all that mean? Though, anyway, when people talk about that,
I don't know. I've never heard that. I mean, I figured mean the color of the bricks, right? Are people talking about red bricks now?
Yeah, but I thought, because I've heard people talking. Nah, I'm from the red brick. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about here? I'm from the red brick, son. Yeah, like as if it's some kind of.
Nobody say that to me. I guess if somebody said to me they was from the red bricks, I say. Good looking out for being so descriptive.
Yeah. I guess that's what it is, isn't it? It's like, it's being specific. Nah, not the gray bricks, the red bricks, man. Oh, you mean that way? Yeah. No, I don't know. Yes, man. It's good to catch up with you again, bruv.
You too, my man. Absolutely, man. Shouts to Dan, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad you're doing good, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course, man. We see you've been busy as always, man. You dropped us a little Christmas gift. You know what I mean? That was very interesting, man. I was listening to that. I was like, yo, this guy, man, forever.
Yeah, good looking. Yeah, I dropped the 12 Days of Christmas and Dia de los Reyes, which is Three Kings Day. Something just for the, for the holiday season. What we have to give is rhymes, you know what I'm saying? So try to give something back.
Yeah, man. It's sounding nice as well, bruv. Definitely, man. Who is it on the production on there? Is it a mixture of people or what?
Yeah. We got a lot of different production. Mono and Stereo's on production. Illingsworth is on production, who did Dare in Spirit. K Night 13 is on production, did a
wicked.
joint, representing out of London, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Peanut Butter Wolf did a joint, which is fly. My boy Nolan did a joint. We got all types of fantastic producers on there, but it's a nice mixture. My boy Locust did a joint. Another cat named MJRKMS did a joint. He was another UK producer, has passed on since actually, but he got his joint on there. There's a bunch of cats, but I used to like to mix it up. Recently, I've been just rocking with one producer, but fun to mix it up again.
Yeah, you got to mix it up, man, every now and again, innit? I think it's important sometimes because you can, remember it's happened with J. Rue. I think even Guru they wanted to step out of the whole working with the same producer thing, and it's just that urge you have as an MC. Even Black Thought, innit? He went and did stuff outside of the roots.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's good to it's great to have different energies to call upon. You know what I'm saying?
So with projects like this, are you like sitting down thinking, okay, this is all going to be for this one joint, or is it a case of you you've done something, you're like, that kind of seems like it would fit with this?
Now with this project, man, I was in the gym and it was almost be the holiday season, and I was just, it just occurred to me, because I got this label now, Dirty Looks, you know what I mean, and we building it up, and it just occurred to me I could just drop something for the 12 Days of Christmas. I hadn't heard of anybody dropping a song a day, for 12 days, then Dia de los Reyes being the last day, a lot of, it's a holiday. I just thought it was a good reason, a good excuse to put music out. That's all I mean, I make records every day, all day. I told you I'm never busy and never working. People say I'm a hard worker, but I just never ever work. I just make records instead. Never do anything. But so I had these joints, and I'm trying to, I'm always keeping my eyes peeled for new sensible opportunities to release jams. So this seemed like a sensible opportunity to let some jams out,
I mean, you didn't feel like it might offend people who don't celebrate Christmas when you're saying sensible?
Yeah, I meant no offense to nobody, you know what I'm saying? If you're not into Christmas, you know what I'm saying? The joints ain't got nothing to do with Christmas, ain't no Santa Claus purposes or nothing like that.
That's the thing. You hear like when you see the title of it, you're like, right, Sandman's going in on Christmas. Okay, no, it'd be interesting. I mean, let me just see. And then when you hear it, you're like, yo, this has nothing to do, nothing at all to do with Christmas. But yo, it's the greatest presents. Nah, it's one of the greatest presents to have, bro. At this moment, like some of the stuff you're saying on there, I was like, this guy, like you just know he knows. You know what I mean?
Good looking. Like, good. Thanks for listening, man. Yeah, it don't got nothing to do with whatever you celebrate. It could be a Hanukkah record, a Kwanzaa record, whatever you want to, throw the record on. If you like music, throw the record on.
Do you ever get, people wondering what you mean a lot by what you're saying?
Sometimes, yeah. I did a podcast when I was down in Miami the other day called Barcodes, which was pretty cool. They break down the rhyme. You know what I mean? And yeah, some of my stuff is more straightforward, but other stuff, I get into a lot of symbolism. You know what I mean? So, and sometimes people are coming to me with an explanation that really resonates with me that I didn't even think of, the first time. So I'm thinking, hey, maybe it means that too.
I always wonder that because it's often like people like yourself where, you be sitting with someone listening and then they explain the rhyme in a certain way and you hear it in a different way and you're like, what? I thought he meant da-da-da-da-da when he was saying it. And so I was wondering, that probably happens a lot to you.
Yeah, that happens. That happens from time to time. But I really have had some listeners put me onto some fly explanations for some lines of mine that hadn't even really occurred to me. I'll have whatever it is going on in my mind when I write it. But there's a great Ghostface interview that my boy Fresh Daily used to always mention. Big shouts to Ghost and Fresh. And people think I love Ghostface. You know what I'm saying? I think he's brilliant and one of the greatest talents to pass through this art form that we love and contribute to. And somebody was saying to him, cats don't really understand everything you're saying,
Marshmallow gravy with the accent.
Even though you could break down Ghost and really understand what he's me when I listen to Ghost, like I could theorize about what he's saying, you know what I mean? So it ain't completely non sequitur. But what he said in the thing was, you ever see a painter that draws some squiggly lines? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The painter know what them squiggly lines mean. You don't need to know what it means. The painter know what it means. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I appreciated that too, because this is us expressing ourselves. This is for us. It's cool when people rock with our joints. MysDiggi show, Getting Busy Live, Homeboy Sandman show. That's cool that it resonate with people. But we do this for us. You know what I'm saying? Or at least I do it a lot for me. So
it's true. It's true. It's that therapeutic energy that you get off of it. And then, but it's even more amazing, obviously, when people like appreciate it as well, like you're saying. It's but yeah, that whole thing, that whole side of it, when you're painting the picture from your mind, and then years down the line, people hearing it, and to them, it's a whole different picture. It's just like, wow, that's crazy. It could mean that as well, actually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It takes life of its own,
Yeah. It's very crazy. So you're about to set out on tour soon, coming over these ways.
Yeah. I'm headed. I'm gonna be in London on March 2nd at Jazz Cafe, which been rocking for many years. Jazz Cafe is my second home over there in the UK. Always have a great time. definitely come through. You know what I mean? If you haven't been through the show, but if you've been to the show before, I don't need to even convince you to come through.
Nah.
You probably bought your ticket the moment you found out, and if you haven't come through before, come find out what you've been missing. You know, but we're gonna be all over. We're starting off in Sweden with 3 shows: Malmo, Stockholm, and Gothenburg, and actually gonna be playing with a live band in Sweden. The lead of which is a brother named Kwesi Ivora, who's actually another UK cat who now moved to Sweden, and his band Nuvorian. Then we're going to be in Berlin and Geneva and various other spots in Europe. Email me at homeboysandman@gmail.com if you're trying to figure out where I'm going to be. Or, do some type of search online. Do an Alta Vista search, a Yahoo search, a Ask Jeeves search.
Alta Vista. So, man's talking. He's like, just send some smoke signals for me, man. If you got carrier pigeon, I don't mess with that other stuff. So, what happened with this whole? You got. Was it? It wasn't like you got censored or what? They put you behind bars, Google bars, or what? What was it like? Algorithm? You got algorithm lockdown or something?
No. It's just the thing with the Google is I just think it's so. I don't know what it's like over there in the UK, but over here Google is like the website that everybody goes to find out the truth. Like, isn't that like a crazy notion? Imagine if there was a website that everybody went to find out what the truth was.
Like Wikipedia.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah.
And then, like, if there was such a crazy thing as a website that people to go to find out reality, then who would you want to run that website? Maybe you want MysDiggi to run a Homeboy Sandman, but we're not of the moral fortitude because that's a major weapon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Maybe you want like Jesus Christ to run the site, or Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, or something like that. But even them, they never had. This is controlling what everybody thinks of as real. But we could definitely all agree that the last people we want in control of that site is a corporation. You know what I'm saying? So given the fact that it is actually a corp, that is basically the worst science fiction nightmare of all time come true, I try to contribute to there's no scenario in which a corporation owns the site that tells people what's real and doesn't weaponize it against them. It just would never happen. It's a capital, like they're trying to maximize on profits any way possible. You know what I'm saying? There is no way. So I don't trust Google. And everybody want to Google, Google how the weather is outside. You got a window right there. Let me see if it's sunny outside. There's a window right there. You ain't got to Google it. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel we moving more and more away from like reality, using our actual senses to ascertain reality. So I try to, I know Alta Vista, I don't even know if they're still out, but I try to make it a point not to hype up Google. And then there's a censorship too. I don't know if I do know that I get censored, for spreading love. You know what I mean? Like, love is under heavy censorship. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
sure.
Yeah, that's why I don't.
Knowledge as well, and it's like you're not even allowed to share some knowledge that. Let alone, look how many films they put out there. Like you're saying, the amount of media that comes out that people believe to be true, they believe it to be fact just because I don't know, it's saying it, and you know what I mean, and sounding all. And so there might be some alternative type of information you get, and just to even share that now, they're blocking you, telling you, wait, hey, hold on a minute, you can't talk about that. What?
Look how crazy! Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy that they outwardly YouTube, Google, Instagram is so open. Yo, we will censor anything that is not popular narrative. We will call it pseudoscience.
Yeah.
If you're not down with the program, you can't. And cats are not walking. Like, for me, I walked away from those things because that's horrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when Farrakhan got banned. I mean, I don't know nothing about Farrakhan. Some cats I know rep. I don't know nothing about. It ain't about repping or not repping Farrakhan. But I remember when Farrakhan was like the first cat I ever heard of to get banned from Instagram. And all these cats was like, yo, they banned Farrakhan from Instagram. This is so messed up. They banned. And everybody was on Instagram the next day. All these cats that was like, it's so bad that they were all on Instagram the next day. That was the last I ever heard of Farrakhan. Last I ever heard of him was Instagram banned him. I don't know what he doing. I don't even know.
Nah, he's
But
probably back on
I
there
do
now.
know that all the people that were like, "Yo, this is real jacked up, this censorship," they didn't really feel that way. You know what I'm saying? They was like, but they didn't really feel that way. It
Nah.
was just lip service. You know what I'm saying?
People just say that. I mean, it's the same thing with whether people talk about the industry. They'll be like, "Oh, the industry's messed up, man," but they still work within it and still kind of keep them wheels turning. They'll keep them cogs
Yeah,
turning within that industry.
without a
So
doubt.
it's
That's
like,
why I love hashtag SYMNNKNA. You know what I'm
hey,
saying?
it's something you might
Doing it
not
for
never
real,
know nothing
spreading the,
about.
because there's all types of Yo, I got my email list, I got Patreon. There's all types of, you could go to Spotify and it has my dates underneath it if you
Yeah,
can't
for
remember
real.
my dates. There's or SoundCloud or Bandcamp. You could do. There's so many ways to get the information out that people that really care, they could find it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
everybody want to just go with the easiest route, which is oftentimes the route that's doing the most sleaziest things. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, that's the hard
I
part
appreciate
about
what
it.
y'all do.
That's the yeah, we try, man. You try. You know what I mean? I think in
Not
terms of
sleazy.
the independent world as well, it's quite important that people stick together in some form of way. Like even like you're an MC, I'm an MC, but at the end of the day, it's like I prefer people to hear good music, and so it's the
Right.
same with other MCs that I hear. If they want to come on, have a chat, and spread the, you know what I mean, just get it out there. I'd rather that than all of the stuff that's going on right now that these
Yeah.
kids have got to listen to non-stop. They feel
Yeah.
like they
Without
ain't
it.
got no choice. Like that's not really the way to go, So, and I'm more or less the same way, especially with the censorship thing. Like once I started seeing all of that, I was like, wow, they don't even want us to talk anymore, let
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
And
But
it's harder as
I mean,
well
I'm
when
sorry
you.
to keep cutting you off.
Sorry, yeah, it's just harder as well when you've got friends that you can see are kind of under that spell as well. You're like,
Yeah.
bro, no, that's I try to slap man out of it. Nah, it ain't working.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot
Yeah.
more
I feel
work,
you, man.
It's a
Because we
lot more work.
surrounded, and I mean, I'm not without fault. I'm trying to identify, the things that I'm doing that are contributing to the problem and not the solution. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I know that these things are
it's hard.
there, and I got to identify them and work on them. You know what I'm saying? But as far as being surrounded with cats that are happy to, like DJs,
Yeah,
I can't stand a DJ that plays whack records and are like, "Yo, boy, saying I love your record. I love your record." Yo, why you didn't play my record? I was just there. Why didn't you play it? I thought you
right.
loved it. You just told me you loved it. I
Yeah,
got to play whack records. You know what I'm saying?
that's what they
But
want.
me, I really love it. But I gotta play it, for that's what they want or whatever. It's
Yeah,
like selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
stop
yeah.
giving people trash because you're getting paid. You know what I mean? People are the capitalist system of getting paid is more important than doing the right thing is what's messing everybody up. We
Big
got to
time.
do the right thing. I know people get paid for doing the wrong thing, but that ain't enough of a reason, God don't like that. God don't like you doing the wrong thing. So even if you're getting paid for playing a whack record instead of the record you love, that's only an earthly thing. God ain't really feeling that.
Yeah, and that's the weirdest thing. The
Pew
weirdest
pew
thing is when,
pew.
especially when people, yeah, for real, pew, pew, pew. It's like when people talk about exactly that, I got to do this because this is what they want. This is what, it's like you're the DJ, bruv. You're meant to be showing them what they should want, not like giving them, what they think they want. Like,
Yeah.
I heard this over here. This one was talking about that over there. So I guess that's, yeah, everyone else likes it. So I like it, man. I'm going to get the same trainers as that guy because they look really, it's like, what?
Yeah.
How is that individuality then? Really? Do you know
Yo,
what I mean?
Mice, sometimes I wish you had grown up in New York or I grown up in London or something. You the
Yeah,
man, yo. You know what I'm saying? Whenever
likewise,
we
bro.
build, I love building with you. You know what I'm saying?
Likewise,
You my
bro,
main
man.
man, even though we
You're
separated
so far away.
by an ocean and all
Yeah,
that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know. Bro, I was thinking it.
You
I
be
was like,
peeping what's
yo.
going down. I be not being able to stand stuff. I got a Ramen
Man.
satellite. When I walk around my hood, I see lots of Jordans. I do admit such uniformity is exceptionally boring. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, stop
It's
rocking the
like
same
mad.
shoes, big.
It's weird.
But and I hear you say that, I'm like, dang, I
It's
just wish
true
I could
though.
hang with this cat all the
It's like
time.
fashion, man. It's like fashion is just a weird ass thing when you think about like, hey, we're all gonna. This is what's in season. So everybody, hey, everyone got. Yeah, I'm an individual. Look how I look. I'm wearing that. Like what? Like what does that mean, man? What does that mean exactly? It's weird, but unfortunately, this is. I think it's a case of just like how we've been brought up. Everyone wearing the same school uniform, or everyone kind of doing the same thing in class, sitting in the row, and all those sort of things. Just psychologically must imprint some kind of like you know, go with the crowd, move with the crowd type thing. It must be that.
Yeah. I feel you. You know, even you know, in New York, it wasn't even not. I mean, I guess they, you know, people went to Catholic school or whatever. You know, boarding
Yeah, I
schools
went
had
Catholic
uniforms,
school,
but you know, public school we could wear whatever. Public school kids could wear whatever they want, still wind up dressing the same because of what you're talking about. You know, there's all this. This is how people are supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I mean, you know, I got nieces and nephews. You know, I think my nieces and nephews are You know, I got a niece and nephew. They're both perfect. They're both perfect, flawless. They're completely perfect. But they go to school, and school is telling them, now you got to be more this way. You got to be more this way. You got to move this way. You got to get, you know, the I don't know. It's almost like assembly line humans or something like that. You know, from the behavior to the thoughts. It ain't fertile soil for appreciating differences and respecting differences. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fine. I would never ever, you know, get into a fight with somebody about playing whack records or something like that. I'm happy I could turn around and never listen to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now there's like an aggression about a difference of opinion, an aggression about a difference of thought. People cutting each other off. People don't. Yo, when I came out and I said I'm not doing any shows where they make cats take shots to get into my show. Yo, I got a former college roommate ain't even talk to me because I said I'm not doing no shows. This dude was my boy, babe. The dude don't want to talk to me because I said you ain't got to get a shot to come to my show. You know what I mean? Hopefully he listen to this and make him feel bugged out because he bugging. But people are bugging, you know? I'll still talk to him.
Do you know what?
He wanted, you know.
I think the whole last few years has put people in this a sort of like because most people are in a state of stress. I think that encourages this sort of divisiveness and, you know, people heading in one direction or another, and they become entrenched in ideas and beliefs and all the rest of it. And I just think it's the stress, putting people under stress. You put any animal under stress, you'll see them acting in strange ways. You know, you go to the zoo, you can see a monkey grooming itself to this bald, or a chicken plucking its feathers out until it, you know.
Yeah. You know, that's a great point, Dan, because as artists, you know, and as people who are creative and are pretty much, you know, this isn't to say we don't have challenges in our lives, you know, which obviously we do. But I think the creative lifestyle, you know, lends itself to imagination, lends itself to, you know, creativity, lends itself to all. I love the creative life. I ain't sweating it. What do I care? I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? It's a less stressful life. You know, I look around at it's a less stressful life than a very regimented, you know, gotta wake up at this time, do this at this time, make sure I make this much, gotta do it. You know, like cats do be out here stressed out. So that's a good point, because we gotta remember we out here having fun. Obviously, you can't put something in front of us that's gonna make us nervous. We having a great time, you know. But cats that are really not really waking up in the morning every morning saying, "Hey, it's a beautiful new day." Them cats are very stressed. We can't even really put ourselves into that mindset of what they're dealing with.
Yeah. I did start to see that, because it was a kind of, you know, you want to switch on people. And certain people, you're like, what the hell's wrong? But after a while, you realize, like, yo, you're drinking coffee. You probably have 6-7 coffees a day.
Yeah,
you know, stressed out for work. Then you got to get back. Oh, you got the kids. You know, I can't watch that. I ain't got 2 hours to watch this thing that's going to tell me, you know, wake me up out of my spell. Come on, man. You know, and it carries on and on and on. And then you get to that point where you're like, okay, there's got to be a different way for this to be handled.
Without a doubt.
I have to respect that.
Man.
Yeah.
Coffee is a wild one too, man. Yo, Mice, I wish we could hang, babe.
Stress.
Coffee is the crazy droga, babe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cats is all cold, drinking coffee all day. The other day I drove back I drink coffee when I'm going to get into a car accident if I don't drink coffee. Those are the circumstances under which I drink coffee. And when I drink the coffee, zoom.
Yeah.
I realize this is drinking this. I mean, I don't know what it's like drinking coffee every day, drinking multiple coffees all day long.
The people that do
but
that.
That's wild. Like that stuff is strong stuff.
Yeah. There's a reason why it's like on every corner.
On every single corner. You know what I mean?
For that.
And people know, though. You talk to people, they're T-shirts. but coffee first. Y'all got the tea, whatever you want, but coffee. You know,
Listen,
I am addicted to coffee. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it without coffee.
But
I
coffee
ain't gonna
first
be here without
t-shirts.
coffee.
Later.
You know what I'm saying? What's going on, P?
I've had my 4 shots
Yeah,
of
have
coffee
you had your
today.
Yo, Dan, I got love for you.
dot.
Put you on drugs.
Dot on the back of coffee. Oh, I wasn't gonna let you in, boy. You know? You ain't good.
I got love for my boy Dan.
That's that DNA, man. Dad Dolph.
But I don't know how you do it, man. I don't know how you do it. You must be hyped up.
No, I have 1 coffee a day, and
okay.
only get it if I have coffee. It has to be from an Italian place, made properly. Getting it out of a machine. What's the point in getting it out of a machine?
That's the thing I did too. I had coffee out of the gas station machine, baby.
Late.
But I was gonna crash.
Bruv,
It was 3 in the morning.
Yeah, but you could have still got to
Forgiven.
crash off of that, boy.
Yeah.
That's you be like that. So, going 30.
It didn't even really
but
work
you
that.
think
Yo,
you're
it didn't. Coffee is supposed to. When I have coffee, previous to this trip, I had a coffee at midnight. I drove 18 straight hours to Omaha, Nebraska, off 1 cup.
Later.
You know what I'm saying?
One
Then I
cup
got
of
the coffee out of the
18 hours.
out of the parking lot, or not the parking lot, but the gas
Oh, the
station
gas
coffee.
station, yeah.
Don't do the trick.
That's dangerous, isn't it? That's
The
dangerous.
gas
bro.
station one's not as good.
Yeah, gas station coffee.
Nah.
Like them French lot, that's what they're on. The French lot, they love a gas station coffee. Oh, coffee, yeah, smoking coffee. Ah, come on, bruv. And it's like non-stop, boy, and they're chatting. Boy, we no. Like, yeah, see, that's it. The coffee, they're off. That's number 4.
Is that your French
It's
impersonation right there?
Yeah, boy, we. Moi, j'aime. Moi, j'aime.
All the French viewers, you just lost all your French viewers.
Nah, they know. I go there a lot in it, so they know what I'm like.
Yeah. Word up.
Moi, j'aime. Bah non, you know, and they go off. That's it. Brrr, just chatting, brother. You lot arguing? Nah, we're talking about the the football game. Like, it's madness. Yo, there's a lot of love in the chat room, bruv.
Chat
Shout
room
out.
popping off.
Yeah, the uncommon sense, as we call them. Because we
Yeah.
deal with uncommon. We thought it was common sense, but it seems to be uncommon sense, bruv.
Yeah.
To be realistic, you know what I mean? Yeah, make sure you lot get on down to the Jazz Cafe, March the 2nd. You got Homeboy
Yes.
Sandman live.
I'm gonna have my boy DJ True Master with me.
Mm.
We're gonna have a lot of fun, man.
Is he
Shout
going to
out
be...
my boy K Night 13, man? He'll be in the house.
Yeah, shout out to K Night 13. That's good to hear, man.
Yeah.
That's definitely good to hear, boy.
He's been pretty, we got a couple of joints that are not even out.
Oh, for real?
But yeah, but he's great, man.
Sandman don't stop, boy. So what's next then?
I mean, I got three albums that are done that I'm wondering. You know, right now I just put that joint out, the 12 days. I just put it out, you know, really January 6th. We started dropping singles on December 25th, but so I'm just going with the flow. I'm waiting to get the transmission that it's time to drop something else, you know. I have some ideas of, you know, maybe something in April, maybe something in May, but I'm just waiting to get the transmission. All right, it's time to put out something new. But I got plenty of stuff on deck, and more, you know. My boy Lucas Barron, aka Lukewarm, you know. I just did a joint with it. Like, I'm doing joints all the time, you know. I'm at Cambodia recording joints all the time, so ain't no telling what'll happen. I might wake up tomorrow like, yo, I got to drop 100 joints today.
So, all right, talk to me about this. You said something about, you know, if it comes to you, possibly April, May. You heard that, Dan, innit?
Yeah.
Why was that, San? Why do you feel around that time of the year? For some reason.
In this particular case, I had a discussion with a label, and we were talking about April for a release. We haven't officialized that, but that was a certain release having in mind, you know, which we're, you know, yet to confirm or deny that. So that might be something that I do, you know, if everything falls into place. But, you know, at the same time, I love having my own label, Dirty Looks. So I don't even need to. I love working with others when it works. I love working on my own. it's great to have these different options. But that's why I brought up April. But Valentine's Day is coming up. I might wake up and say, hey, I want to drop, 10 love songs for Valentine's Day or something. Y'all got Valentine's Day over there?
Yeah. What you mean?
Yeah.
You got valid?
Y'all got different things over there.
Mars,
I guess
it's a different planet, boy.
Thanksgiving is over here. Y'all don't have it over there.
Oh, yeah, true. That's true.
So that's the one. Y'all got Halloween over there? Y'all don't got Halloween?
Yeah, but not like you lot, man. We don't go in like Halloween over there.
Halloween is picking up over there, though, right?
Yeah, it's getting like that.
And y'all got Boxers Day, right?
Boxing Day.
You don't got Boxing Day.
You ain't got Boxing Day.
What's Boxing Day? What is even boxing? Is it about boxing? Is it about boxers fighting in the ring?
I don't think it's anything to do with gloves in that formal way. It's probably like, mittens, if anything, on Boxing Day.
Oh, yeah?
Let's try and find that out,
celebration of mittens, celebration of hand protection.
Yeah, I helped.
It was giving gifts to poor people. That's what it was for.
That's for Boxing Day.
That's what it's about? Yeah. Why they call it Boxing Day?
I suppose they to take boxes
give to them in a box.
Poor people, yeah.
Yeah. Because you box them up. So it's Boxing Day.
Box that gift up.
Get up in the morning.
Now it's when poor people go and buy stuff in the sales instead, because we have Boxing Day sales instead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, over here they got what they call Black Friday, which is the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So it's when capitalism gives all of their cheap, crappy stuff from last year away to poor people.
Yeah.
And they can all fight over it. Same as Black Friday's the same, isn't it?
That's the gift.
Fight
that's
over
your
the
gift,
cheap
isn't it?
stuff.
Yeah, that's your gift. You pay us for this bull-ish. You know what I mean? That's a gift right there. Hurry up. Now, hurry up. Yeah. And hurry up and dress the same. Hurry up and wear the same Jordans, man.
Hurry up and dress the same.
Yeah. You like that one? Hurry up and dress the same. That's what they do, though, isn't it? That's what people queuing up. Bruv, people will queue up. Yeah. Like 2 a.m. Like, what time this thing open? Yeah, 9. What? Like my tent. I'll just set up a tent over there.
It is so crazy, but we must
barbecuing. This one's got.
There's a lot of music nowadays that I realize is atrocious, right? But I grew up listening to music like Mobb Deep. I would have never listened to Mobb Deep if I really realized. But look, Prodigy could rhyme. That is one difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least the atrociousness has some talent going on it. Where I see a lot of no talent atrociousness taking place now, I don't think I was ever really, but actually there was a lot of no talent atrociousness that people got into. I never got into it. Maybe that's because maybe that's why I became a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Because I was able to, discern no talent atrociousness from talent atrociousness. But all I'm saying is, you and I, we see people standing online to get a shoe that they were told they get, and that's an unfathomable oddity to us.
It's like, what?
They got to be something that because how could you convince people to get? That's why they go after the kids, man. Now you and me, we grown ups, Kids, they don't know what they're doing.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
They just follow everyone else.
We didn't know. You don't know. You have to go after the kids. You can only convince kids to do that. And there's people listening to this right now saying, yo, that's because it's the hot shoe or whatever, da-da-da-da. But they're just kids. I know whoever's thinking that is just a kid.
Yeah.
And I sympathize. Or I not sympathize, but what's the word where I also was just
empathize. Yeah, empathize.
Empathize, sympathize, you know what I mean? Whatever. But
I mean, each to his own, Like us saying this, they ain't gonna stop them from queuing up tomorrow morning for the new Air Max Yeezy 47.8s or whatever, you know what I mean? With the extra friggin'.
What do you rock on your feet? What do you got on your feet? What are you rocking?
See, what I've got on my feet right now are something called, I think they're called Vivo or something like that, but they're like the barefoot, them kind of minimal shoes.
The Vibrams?
Nah, I haven't got I got Vibrams at home, but no, these are like you can wear them out and about, like, and people ain't like, right, what are you wearing, man?
I'm in the house, but I've been rocking clear weather heavy. Big shout out to my people at clear weather. And I also be rocking Saucony vegan shoes because they got a special brand that's just vegan, made all vegan material. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's that.
Animal care. So that's what I be rocking, generally, particularly.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I've not for probably it's been about 3 years or something now. I've kind of got out of the whole name brand thing of the whole this is so and so, this is so and so. I'm like, so and so don't give a damn about you, bruv.
Yeah.
You know what I
Good for
mean?
you, man. I salute, B.
So
Salute.
I'd rather just
I
wear.
shouldn't be able to guess what's on your feet. I don't want you to be able to guess what's on my feet. I shouldn't be able to guess what's on yours. That's what we should have a thing where if you could guess what people are wearing,
You get to
then
keep
they
them.
get a strike against them.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That should be the new are you fresh? Are you fly? If people could guess what you got on, then you get eliminated from the competition.
Yeah. That's the way to go about it, man.
I've got Walsh trainers on. The Walsh trainers.
What you got on?
Walsh trainers. They're the last English trainer brand that's still manufactured in the north of England. So
Really?
Yeah.
Horse trainers?
Walsh, Walsh. Walsh.
Walsh trainers.
Yeah,
Okay, Walsh. Stag. I'm not even up on that.
Nah, see,
That's good.
That's
Independent.
All right. So, all right. The three
you
of
don't
us
get
ain't-
to keep those trainers if you wouldn't have guessed them.
We're not doing too bad out here, man.
Yeah.
Apply. I'm wearing an Apply top. You heard of Apply?
Apply. Is that a Leeds brand?
Bristol.
Bristol. Okay, yeah.
Ooh,
Only because I
son.
think I linked. Yeah, I knew it was
Yeah,
around there. I think I might have linked up with them cats at one point, and even
I'm
rocked
sure
some
you
of their
would.
gear in one of the videos that I had.
Yeah, I see it there.
But
Sounds deep.
But shouts to Apply. Yeah, shouts to. I think we got a strong little trio right here going. Same way a DJ you shouldn't be able to tell what a DJ is gonna play. If you could tell what that DJ is gonna play, he's eliminated. You shouldn't be able to tell what a cat is gonna rock. If you can tell he's gonna rock, he's eliminated. You know what I'm saying? So we out here just crossing cats off the list.
Hilarious, man. This is something you might not know nothing about. Myself, MysDiggi, Dan DNA. We got Homeboy Sandman up in here. Lyricist extraordinaire, man. Like non-stop. But always, I love, like, there's stuff you always say. You know, it's like we're talking about. It's like, man, if we just live around the corner, we'd probably be linking up all the time. Because there's stuff you say, and I'm like, right, it's almost as like he knows what I'm going through over these last weeks or whatever. There's something that happens. I'm like, that reminds me of that just happened, or I'm feeling that same feeling. So it's always weird, but I feel like there's that thing of, you touch upon things that you feel are happening at that moment, even when it's not happening to you yourself, but you're touching into that ether, that kind of, do you know what I mean? There's that, what do they call it? What's it called?
Collective consciousness.
Collective consciousness, that's it. You're touching into that. And you know what I mean? Channeling it through.
Yo, there's a frequency. Look, there's a frequency. I gotta go in a sec, but I just want to end. The last thing I want to say is, first of all, big shouts to y'all. Love y'all. Second of all, I just want to say my email is homeboysalmon@gmail.com. If you want to hear any more of my rants or tunes and you don't know how to do it, send me an email. I'll put you on my email list. Third thing I want to say is there's a frequency, Mice. There's a frequency that you and I are on and cats are on. And a lot of people are talking about it like, I like to be optimistic. Yeah, we can sit here and say there's a lot of nonsense, and there is, and that's true. But the proliferation of the nonsense is really forcing many people to make a choice of whether they're going to be down with it or not. And obviously, more people are agreeing to be down with it. But for the people who are agreeing not to be down with it, look inside ourselves, figure out what our own style is, figure out how to use our own critical thinking, whatever the case is. We're developing a powerful frequency and connection with one another. So I do think you got to look on the bright side. I do think that God, God, can never be defeated. So I do think that part of the, a byproduct of so much of this, focused attempt to dupe us is a lot of people coming together and saying, actually, we're not going to do that. We're going to get on. So I'm very grateful, to have any joints resonate with you. And it's the same way, when are you dropping again next, man? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody know I'm a big MysDiggi fan. I still put people on to I was playing for my boy Wavy Bagels. Big shout out to my boy Wavy Bagels and my boy Gam, straight out of Cambodia. I was playing for them Cock-a-Doodle-Doo the other day with the video. You know what I mean? Just the other day. But it's my favorite all time.
I got to drop some new stuff this year, man, because it's time.
What happened?
I had to take some time off in it because of family and all that. I had to,
True that.
But now.
But what, the Mystrogen I put, and I know you got stuff after that. You had an EP after that.
Yeah, I did the Tip of the Iceberg.
Right.
True that. After that, it's just been a couple features here and there, but there's some bombs dropping this year. Trust.
Yeah. But whenever you drop them, I'm peeping because I love.
Yeah, I'll send you.
I love, when that's something that when I feel like I'm not alone because of what the cat said. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
I'm not alone. I'm not
exactly,
crazy. That's what I love when I'm reading books. So that's what I love. You know, I watched The Matrix or something like that. Or I watched this movie Amsterdam the other day. You seen it?
No, I ain't seen that yet.
It got
Amsterdam.
panned by the critics, co-panned by the critics. So, like it was a terrible movie. Mind you, the cast was wilding. Like the cast was like Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John Washington, Denzel Washington's son. The critics said it was straight trash. Anyway, I watched it. I loved it. It was magnificent and all about truth and God. But but I love seeing something like that connects to me and make me think, all right, I'm not crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But listen, gentlemen,
tricky, man.
I'm gonna run.
Love, bro. Thanks for coming through, man.
Salute, Dan. All right, salute, Mice.
Salute,
you brothers keep up the good work. I see you.
Man,
I see you at Jazz
man.
Cafe.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
See you next month, bro. Take care, man. Yes, man. That was Homeboy Sandman right there, man. Shout out to the brother for coming through, giving us a piece of his time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As we said, go cop that LP, 12 Days of Christmas and El Dia Los Reyes. Yeah, is that it? That's El Dia Los Reyes. Did I say that right? Los Reyes. You got to put it. If you're from Spain, you have to do this.
Yeah.
That is because the king had a lisp, right?
Apparently, something like that. And
the king of Spain.
In South America, they don't do it, do they?
Nah,
Because
it
was
don't.
before, because they got their language, they got their download before.
Yeah, it was after
that king.
That king.
Yeah.
Right, before, before that king. Yeah, the king
so
came
the king
after.
was after they went to Spain, South America. Sorry.
Yeah, so in South America, they don't. But when you go to a place like Cuba, they don't pronounce the A's. That's like this, you know?
Yeah,
you don't
exactly.
hear the A's.
Yeah.
They say, hey, somebody came here last year, but you don't pronounce the A's. No?
Yeah, no, that's it. It's exactly nailed it.
I felt like I got a bit carried away with that one. But yeah, man, you lot definitely cop that 12 Days of Christmas and Dia de los Reyes. My homeboy Sandman, and come through, man. Jazz Cafe is going to be a good one, man. March the 2nd. You can catch him live. Yo, shout out to all the Uncommon Senses locked in, man. So we had to jump in straight away, man. It was a bit of a mad one because it was like, okay, let's go. And so it happened. But big up Turbo Tubalicious in the building. What's good? Shout to Robbie Love, You're More, BLA. Yeah, shout to the crew locked in. We appreciate each and every one of you. You know what I mean? Rupciano P, big up Mr. Green. Hey, give us a, you know what I mean? Give us a heads up, man. A roll call time. Shout out to Liz Williams. It's roll call time, man. What you lot got out there? What's people? Black Einstein, big up. Evil Blaze, you know what I'm saying? Big up our brother King Chico. What's good? Yeah. Okumo PR, big up. Nah, I'm not a legend, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Cooper Nut. All the Twitch gang locked in. Sinead. Salute. It's something you might never know nothing about. I think we're after Watershed now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big up to Art Sampson. You know what that means, boy. You know what that means, man. Yeah, that was a good one, man. Regantology, shout out, bruv. I'm telling you, man, listening to the album, boy, there's some stuff he says where, you know me, D, I was like, yeah, when he pops in and he's like, that's not freedom. I see you all join him. I guess you can't beat him.
Yeah.
It's like, you hear that, you wonder, okay, what's the, you try and break that down. Somebody could think whatever they want as to what but I feel like I know what he's saying. You know what I mean? When he's saying that. And there's a lot of stuff like that just feels like if there's any way that you're going to put it out there for people to absorb it, whether they know it or not, but at least you feel you've done the right thing by saying it, it's to say it in that sort of way.
Yeah.
Which I found quite is satisfying. You know what I mean? I guess that's what you could call it. It's quite satisfying to hear those sort of words come out. You know what I mean? Very few artists are brave enough to put themselves out there. Might seem a little crazy. Don't want to lose your fans.
Right, your camera's glitching. If anyone's watching and thinking,
Yeah, my camera is glitching.
That's really
isn't it?
glitching. I know it is.
That's some
I'm
Matrix
just trying
type
to
glitch, bro.
Sort it out now.
You know what I mean? We can't be glitching out like this. Hip hop's 50 years old. Is this how we're treating ourselves? Is this how we're celebrating 50 years old hip hop? Is that how y'all gonna do? Is that how y'all gonna be?
I don't know why it's doing that.
Yeah, apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We'll just sort this out. It might be the cold weather. It's quite cold in here. You lot might have seen me shivering. Shout out to Lawrence Limburger. He's got his signed MysDiggi CD. Wow. On the real though, I've got to drop some new music, man. For real.
No, that's not gone right. That's it.
Mr. Green said when New Year's or summer. Man, are taking the piss out here, boy. Man, are taking the piss out here. Why? I don't blame you though, man. I've been gazing. I've been like, yeah, let me just sort out my life. You know what I mean? You know, I ain't even asking for nothing. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But now, I feel ready. Shout out to Streetwise Spirituality. Yes. I know who that is now.
Hold on.
UK detective in the building. Salute. Yeah, man, I'm on it, bruv. I'm nearly I think I'm more than halfway through because I read it once, but it wasn't like a proper deep read. I think I mentioned to you, but now I'm like, yeah, and I see where you're going. There's some stuff. We'll definitely have a good chat, man. Yeah, so the roll call crew. So Lawrence Lindbergh is on that dog tonight. All right. I'm loving that. Hey, Stardog is. Yeah. D's just sorting it out. Stardog is ramping out there in these woods, in these streets. Everyone's yo, bruv, what you got? Yeah, I got some Stardog. I got some. You're like, bruv, come on, man.
Oh, that hasn't helped.
Shout to your more. She's saying live resin banana kush backwoods. Whew, times runs vape today. That sounds bang bang. Mr. Green said he's got some nice shit, but can't remember the made up name. Your boy had some medicated chocolate too. All right. What am I blazing? I'm blazing some right now some gushers. Yeah, I got some lemon pound cake about. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's some moon rock as well. Some moon rocks. You know what I mean? A little later on, I bust over a little moon rock. What else? Oh, there's some grape. Yeah, you know how it is, man. Got to keep the flavors around. I think there's some other bits as well. Gary Payton. There's some Gary Payton around as well. You know what I mean? Who's on the road juice? Robbie Love is on the road juice. Man knows about road juice, boy. Suggest is this Friday. Yeah. Big up to Jess. He's on tour at the moment. He's got that LP out right now. Mork Calling Orkle, I believe it's called. Or Mork to Orkle. Yeah, boy. That was a good chat, man. It's very interesting as well, man. You know, like, being that everyone is obviously seeing things from their own point of view and perspective, but the fact that, you know what I mean, there's a decent amount of people now that agreeing that, yeah, the whole censorship thing is definitely wrong. Like, when that comes into play, you know what I mean? It's almost movie level where you're just like, right, hold on, this is the type of thing that people are meant to revolt against in some form of way.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's interesting, like, seeing how he stood up against it. It was like, okay, I'm coming off of all of, like, he's not on YouTube, not on Insta. I think he even said something about that as well, where he said, coming off the gram, being off the gram got me feeling clandestine. He's like, I'm not in the loop. No wonder I never get jumpy or jumping through hoops. Like, I'm not in the loop. No wonder I'm never jumping jumpy or jumping through hoops. That is that, innit? All the news that comes out, as soon as you see it, like, yo, oh, wow, have you heard that? You know what I mean? When it was frigging Ukraine stuff.
Better, innit?
Yeah. I was like, right, how did that happen? Oh, I didn't see that before. Yeah, when the Ukraine stuff happened, I remember there was people telling me about, yo, yeah, we're going to war. Well, we're going to war, innit? Soon we're going to war. You're like, what are you talking about? Like, how did you come up with that just off of, oh, yeah, Russia are now invading Ukraine. We're going to war. That's how people talk, man. Get all jumpy, like coffee. Coffee got you talking all types of shit.
It's all of it, though. It is the coffee. It is that. It's the social media. It is that. You know, it's like this constant news. You're not meant to have news constantly fed into your eyeballs like 24/7.
Yeah.
As soon as you wake up, pick your phone up, have a look at it. You know, scroll through whatever time. It doesn't matter what you're on, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is. You're just scrolling through, you know, basically too much information all the time. Then you've got other people that there's, you know, you read 20 people who are doing one thing. You feel like you've got to do the same. You go and read a newspaper on the way to work. It's the same newspaper everyone else has read. You get into work. Everyone's got the same opinion. You know, or two opinions. There's two different newspapers, two opinions, you know. And I think people are being driven into sort of like opinion corridors. You know, it's like you've got this opinion, so now you have to have like these other 10 opinions that go with that opinion. So if you support this thing, you have to support all these other things as well. You're not allowed to really have a sort of nuanced view on the world.
Yeah, that's the weird part. That whole like where people are put in a box just off the back of one, you know, kind of ideology that they might have. That's kind of weird because it is like, yeah, we're all individuals, and so, you know, just because you, you know, what I mean, prefer, I don't know, what it is, whatever it is, like to do with, say, climate change or whatever. Say you're like, oh, I think we should, you know, get electric cars. Doesn't mean that you must also think, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, man, I think smoking weed's cool. It's like, no, you might be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People switch up. So everyone's an individual. So it is quite strange that you can be put into a, but I think that's actually part of the programming. It's to make people think that. Like, I think a lot of things are put out there, and especially ideologies and that are out there, and they're not as rampant as you think they are. They're just made to be like that, so that you probably lean towards one way or the other, and just create some kind of divide anyway. Because it's more the divide that
it's the stress
is required.
The last couple of years has made it worse because everybody's in a stressed. Like I was saying about the chicken or the chimpanzee, or you know, that when they're in a stressful situation, they overdo certain instinctive things. So say like the instinct is to like pluck their feathers like a chicken. Well, when they're put into little battery farms, they pluck all their own feathers out.
I pluck my own self, mother plucker.
Or the chimpanzees that groom themselves over and over again till they've just got a bald patch there, you know, because they're in a zoo or something. Or dogs that you go around your friend's house and he's got a retriever and it goes and retrieves something for you. Well, as soon as it sees you, they get all excited and they just lose all their programming, and then they just revert back to their nature and they go and retrieve something.
Do what they got,
So when you put humans in stress, they sort of revert back to whatever their nature is, and some people's nature is this thing, some people's nature is that thing, and then they just drive you psychically down that same thing. So they sort of, you know, if you say now like anti-V, someone's like an anti-V, where they're also like about 10 other things, they're pro-Russia, they're a Nazi, they're, you know, Trump, they're like pro-Trump, like conservative, all these other things that come with it.
Yeah,
you know, or if you're pro-V, then you're like Ukraine and Labour and all these other things that go with it, and it's not true.
Which isn't true.
No, it's
but
just
you'll be led to believe that because of the amount of times it's put out there in many, you know, various forms of ways.
Yeah,
any which way they can. Do you know what I mean? So it's very interesting, man. But yeah, as long as you stay ahead of it, man.
Yeah. just try and always think I always try and think to myself what's the most reasonable thing, you know, rather than like react. You can react. I will react to something, but then I'll always pull myself back. And I've said it before. Just read the stuff that your enemy puts out anyway. Not the mainstream stuff. Read the stuff of the other side as well, and then just you can sort of come to a reasonable conclusion on it.
Yeah, it's true, man.
Because you're going to get the other side, you know, the government side all the time. What was it I read today somewhere about? They made being part of the elite seem really cool. And that's why everyone is like pro elites now, really. If you look at like majority opinion is like pro what the elites want.
Yeah.
It's pro bug burgers, it's pro electric cars, it's, you know, it's all these things that they're trying to bring in. And that is also
bug burger.
It's also the main, you know, the cool thing to be, all these different things, but it's actually just what they want to enslave you with.
Excuse me, can I have some bug burger? Please, I want some hot sauce on the bug burger. Hurry up, please. I'm hungry. Really? Bug burger. That's going to be the lick. Yeah, that's a bit of a madness, man. That's a bit of a madness.
They put all this stuff out a couple of weeks back about how, you know, plants feel pain when you eat them and when you pull them out of the ground. The thing is, it might be true, right? But they're plants.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like, yo,
you've got to draw a line somewhere.
So what the bugs don't, like, how can you go, like, plants, yeah, but you know, like, plants have feelings, like, oh, but the bugs don't. It's like, come on, man. Like, you know, you're getting too carried away with this. Any angle they can hit you with, like, yeah, but you know that's, you know, eating is, like, actually, like, really, really bad for you, you know, like, oh, shit, eating, like, oh, don't.
Yeah.
Because there are people that are that twitch, they'll be like, yo, man, I don't know if I should be, yeah, maybe I should eat bugs because, you know, I want to save the planet. Like, what would you do to save the planet, man? I'll kill my, nah, you don't have to kill yourself, bro. You just eat something. He's like, yeah, fuck it, man. I'll eat some bugs, innit? It's like, come on, man. And even with this, Dan, like, even with us talking about this, even that, I feel like there's a high level of illusion added to all of it. Just to make people feel like, yeah, they're making these little mosquito robots that are gonna. It's like, really, bro. Like, really, you're trying to make money by spending money on all these weird little things. That, like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, what are they really gonna do apart from cause trouble? It's like,
and they've had this chat GPT thing, or whatever it's called, in the last week as well, where it's like an AI that you can talk to. Have you seen anything about that?
AI that you can talk to.
Yeah, it's like something you have a conversation with it. People have been having conversations with it and all that.
I was with someone the other day having a conversation with it, and
oh, you saw someone doing it?
Man, yeah, I have to say it's a sad state of affairs, bruv.
Yeah,
like, you know where the AI butt into my conversation with the guy, like how's that? You being serious, like, bruv? You know, when man's not, he's just like, so after, and that's when I told him. So, you know what I mean? What do you think of that? With the AI. And because before he'd come, he'd go, bruv, look, I've been talking to this AI, yeah? And I've been asking it, like, what's the meaning of, you know, life with, and like, look at the answer. You know, like, you're not really, I'm not trying to look at your phone and read through a whole thing. I'm drinking, blazing. Come on, man. I'm having a good time here. You want me to read through a little conversation that you're having with artificial intelligence? Like, seriously. The whole thing was weird, man. It was weird. And then, then after, later on, the AI butt into our conversation. And then he's just chatting with the AI for the next. I was like, right. Every time I'm turning back, man, is still chatting with. I was like, yo, that's it right there, boy. That's it.
And from what I saw, it only actually gives the sort of elite opinion on things. You know, so if you like ask it any sort of slightly dodgy questions, it's like, oh no, there are 27,000 genders. There, it's got all these opinions that you're like, that's all the opinions that you see all the time everywhere from the elites. So they've that's who's programmed it. You know what I mean? That's the sort of, it's not really AI. It's not thinking for itself. If people are fooled by it and they think, oh, I'm actually having a conversation with AI, it's like you're not. You're having a conversation with all the elite talking points. That's all you're having a conversation with. It's just if you ask it anything, it's gonna come back with that, or it's gonna call you a Nazi.
Yeah.
If it doesn't like what you're saying, that's what it's gonna end with.
It's crazy how much that word has popped up like so often lately. Like whereas before, like you say it like this, you go, like you wouldn't, you know what I mean? It wouldn't even, you couldn't vocalize it. You just have to, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, but now it's like nothing. It's like it's the new N word.
It's the ultimate N word.
But yeah, that's like. If like the N word was a computer game, innit, that would be like the end that would be like the master N word.
Boss level N word.
Boss level.
Final boss N word.
Yo. Yeah, it's crazy, man. But now that's thrown about like nothing, man. People say left, right, and center. And
it's only a word.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, I wonder if there really are as many as they say there are out there. Do you know what I mean?
N-words?
Yeah. Which one are we talking about?
It's getting confusing.
Yeah. All right, let's move on from the N-word, because anyway, this is a children's show, as everyone knows. All you kids out there getting blazed up, you know what I mean, in the uncommon sensing world. Yeah, 3D printing steaks. That's hilarious.
Wow.
3D printed steaks. Wow.
Well, you can print more than plastic with 3D printing, can you?
I mean, that's where they want to head to, innit? It's going to be that kind of, what's it called? Westworld?
Right.
Yeah, where, you know what I mean, you can just come up with, like, flesh. You know, you can print flesh and bone and whatnot.
Yeah, so I suppose it'll be organic still. That's what they're claiming. It will be organic, I suppose, but you'll just be printing them out.
Yeah, they'll just change the definition of organic by that time. Do you know what I mean? So then people be like, yeah, look, it says organic. So, oh, man, you have no idea. Yeah, that would be weird. Imagine they start 3D printing bugs and that.
Yeah.
I mean, they must be. If they're doing all this cloning, I'm sure they're cloning bugs then already, no? Like aphids. I get an aphid burger. Can I get 2 aphid burgers, 1 cockroach? And I might treat myself to grasshopper. I might treat myself to a grasshopper milkshake. Do you want a grasshopper milkshake? Yeah. I'm going to go for the stag beetle. I go for stag beetle, boy. Yeah. Yo.
I have the spicy stag beetle wings. How many do you want? 300 or 670?
Spicy stag beetle wings, boy. Yo, you'd have to buy them by weight, man. Like, you can't be like, yeah, let me get the 8. 8, brother, they ain't gonna do that. Spicy stag beetle wings, boy. That's hilarious, man. Yeah, that's gonna be a different world. You know what I mean?
Woodlouse, BLA Woodlouse salad. Robbie Love Mega Mantis meal.
Mega Mantis meal, you know. Jeez. Yeah, I guess like. And in different countries, there'll be, you know what I mean? It'll be their different bugs that they're going to be what they go for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, here then it's going to be them woodlouse things, isn't it? That's it. That'll be it.
And then little silverfish. Silver fillet of fish. silver fillet of fish, boy. You be fuming. Like, man, yeah, it's the world we're in now, isn't it? It's like, it's the future, isn't it? Like, yeah, no, saving the planet and all that. Like,
From your little.
it's fucking cold this winter, though,
pod.
but yeah. Cold ass winter, boy. What you gonna do, man? Jeez. Yeah, that would be a dangerous world, isn't it?
That'd be all you've got to look forward to. Will be that silver fillet of fish and your spicy stag beetle wings.
Silver Yo.
Yeah, we do have slugs. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah.
Yeah, a slug burger, boy.
Lot of
People
slugs.
might just go for slug burgers. Slug dog. Get yourself a couple slug dogs, boy. It'll be good. That's me, bro. Nah, I just get me 2 slug dogs, innit? Alright, what's the point? Like, blue bottle. Yeah, blue bottle milkshake. Done that. Blue bottle milkshake. I'm good, bro. That's me, innit? Yeah, you're all right, mate. Well, I mean, so people, so, you know, like Homeboy Sandman was saying, it's like we're talking about this, but what are we doing now to kind of make sure that the farms and all that are growing decent food can continue doing so? Like, are we sourcing the right places to get our food? Like, I just want to hear from the young common senses out there. Like, where are you lot getting your food? Are you still going to the mainstream spots, or, you know, because it is time that we start thinking about this in case it does get, yeah, they do talk the talk, but it goes on for a long time and nothing really happens. Like, I feel like it's been a couple years now since someone was saying to me, like, yeah, you better be prepared. Yeah, man, the stores are going to be running out of this, that, and the third.
Do you know what? I've just started eating the last of my food that I stored at the beginning of the lockdowns.
Oh, what, you just started eating?
I've had like boxes and boxes of stuff, and every 6 months I go through them, and then I'm like, right, okay, these things are going out of date. I better start eating them now. So I've just started going through the last box of all the stuff that I bought back then. So yeah, those people weren't right because all the shops haven't closed in all that time.
People were on one, man. You lot did get carried away. Like, I ain't gonna lie, there's times I got a little bit shook. I was like, right, maybe, yeah, let's go, but buy a big bag of rice just in case.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, this, that, and the third. Then bam, that big bag of rice just staring at me 6 months later, like, bruv.
Yeah.
What we doing there? And, you know, but it could still happen. So I'm not saying people shouldn't be prepared.
I've still got the rice.
What do they call them? Preppers. Innit? Yeah. Preppers. Yeah. Shout out to all the preppers out there.
Yeah. If you've let us know in the chat what you've prepped.
Any of you prepping out there, let us know, man.
No, Lawrence Limburger, I weren't panic buying. What I was doing is every time I went in the shop, I was getting 2 or 3 tins of extra stuff and then putting them in a store just to make sure that I had, you know, food there. And the thing is now, it's like I'm going through it and it's things like corned beef, tuna, Spam, you know, it's sort of stuff that, like, I think we've actually done a whole episode about this before. Yeah.
Spam.
About prepping Spam.
Yeah, Spam preppers out there.
Go and check that out. The episode's called Lacking Spam. You don't want to get caught lacking.
Yeah, you can't get caught lacking, man. That's that's a whole nother. You don't really want to get caught lacking because it hurts on the inside. That's what lacking means. Like that point, you know, when you flop, when something messes up, like you forget something, and you on the inside, you just feel like, wow, I'm a fast. Like I properly, like I don't deserve to be here. Like, what am I doing with my life moments?
You don't want to get caught in the street without your Spam. Someone's like, what you prepped? And you're like, I haven't got anything.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm I don't know if I'll be packing Spam myself.
No, but
tuna.
Oh, you got tuna.
Yeah,
all right, okay, you can go. That's fine.
I got tuna, man. I got my tuna.
What are you prepping?
I'll be prepping pasta, rice,
Yeah, it's all right.
couscous.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Things like that.
What are you going to do if you ain't got any electricity?
Make a fire.
Got matches?
Yeah. Prepping my matches.
All right. You can go.
Some gasoline. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah, you got to get ready, man. Just in case. You know what I mean? Just in case.
You should have it there.
Just
Yeah, you
in case,
shouldn't
God.
worry too much about it, but you should have it there in case you do have to worry about it. Be prepared. That's the Boy Scouts motto. Be prepped.
Prep it up. Yeah, it's got to be done, man. I think, you know, just to be ready, just in case someone tries something somewhere.
Yeah.
You never know.
Robbie Love, the conspiracy Robbie Love's on is saying to prep for late 2030s, 2040s.
Wow.
So that's quite a time period to prep for.
Yeah, well, I
For
think
one, it's 15 years away, and then it's about a decade.
I feel like it's a bit more realistic though for, you know, the whole whatever 2030 blah blah blah. Like it feels a bit more realistic than doing it that soon. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
all this feels a bit rushed and a bit hasty and messy.
Yeah.
So people are just like, okay.
Well, it was 2021 originally, and then it's like changed because they didn't reach their target 2021, so now it's 2030. They probably won't reach their target then either. But you never know. Gleam Defo stock candles. Yeah, you got to have definitely got to have something to light the candles with though. Who else has got some prepping ideas?
Preppers. Where's Bluefoot, man? He's a top prepper.
He's probably prepping now.
Yeah, for real. He's top prepper, boy. There's some top preppers out there. Hoarders, people who hoard, they're top preppers. They don't realize it. That's just like default top prepping, boy. People that just hold shit.
Yeah, that's like
I won't
genetic
throw this
prepping.
away. Yeah, straight up. They know what they're doing, even though they don't know what they're doing.
Get your
Top
carrots.
prepper.
Gleam, get your carrots and onions down before the frost goes. Well, right, it means planting for this year. Okay.
Oh, before the frost goes.
Robbie Love, when I was back home, I was going to market for fruit and veg and butchers for meat. Now I'm just going to Asda and Lidl. Well, while it's there, but just buy one extra tin every time you go in Lidl's.
One extra tin of spam.
Or sausages or...
Yo, spam, boy. Spam is a whole nother. What is spam again?
I think it's just some sort of ham bits, you know, like bits off of a pig and like a sort of jelly thing in there. It ain't bad, to be honest. Like if you've got nothing else and you just fry some spam, it's all right. I suppose it's like tinned bacon, maybe. You know, if you slice it up about a quarter of an inch thick and fry it, it's sort of like a piece of bacon. Sort of.
Faking.
Yeah, sort of. I mean,
Spam.
bacon and spam both exist in the same universe. That's about as
Yeah,
close as it
I always thought, like sliced spam is like a kind of haggisy kind of thing, no? No, like a hash.
Yeah, so it's like sort of like a corned beef, but for corned pork sort of thing, I suppose. But it's all right. Yeah, it's all right.
I thought
If
you
you've
was
got
going to say
nothing
that
else.
broker people's corned beef.
I suppose it is.
Like corned beef is broke people's beef, but
Yeah,
spam is like even broker people's.
broke people's corned beef. Yeah.
Spam, boy. Jeez. It just sounds wrong as well. It just sounds like it's got a trademark on past that. Like someone,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? There's more to it than just meets the
I
eye.
reckon it's the original prepper food. I think that's the first one where they was like, one day people are going to want to store
This.
meat. Yeah, I reckon it's
Don't,
like,
there was like, don't throw it away.
yeah,
Don't throw it away.
no.
Pickle it.
Don't eat
one
it.
day.
You're not going to like it, but
Yeah,
you might one day
Yeah,
when you're desperate enough.
and then bam, the day came. Right, tin it up, get it out. Yeah, get it out, tin it up, quick. Spam. Yeah, what is it? It's spam. Yeah, it's like ham and
What's the spur? Spiced, maybe? Maybe it's
yeah,
spiced
ham. Spam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Spam. Spiced ham. Spiced.
But then we've also got the thing from school of obviously
Spam.
of people like slapping your forehead doing spam. That was spam. When I was at school, people used to come up to you and slap you in the forehead and go, spam.
Wow, I wonder if that was some esoteric form of programming to get people on the spam.
It's like
Heavy on
grassroots advertising.
Yeah, get you heavy on the spam.
Someone's
You know what I mean?
dad worked at the spam factory and was like, I've got a little viral meme I can spread around.
Don't worry, it will work, man. There's no such thing as bad promo. Don't worry. Trust me, this will work, man. Spam. Right, boy.
Lawrence Limburger, tuna. Lawrence Limburger, big salami.
Salami, boy. Yeah, that's another one. That lasts years, isn't it?
Yeah.
Salami. So what's that? That's just like smoked dried.
I think it's the same, isn't it? Pork, yeah.
It's like another kind of spam.
Yeah.
But is
Basically,
it more of,
yeah.
like, is it like
Must be
minced?
prepared better. I reckon it's probably made and prepared a bit better than spam. Spam, I reckon, is like when they're sweeping up all the bits from making
Don't throw it away.
ham
Yeah.
and sausages. They're like, don't throw them bits. We'll put them in another type of
Yeah.
mincer.
Yeah, that's the shit, ain't it?
Gleam's saying the phones will go first, then the banks, then the internet, and game over.
The phones will go first.
Then the banks. So the mobile phones first. That's all right then. That's not bad. Phones first, then banks. That's all right. That's good.
So get the money
Always
out.
banks first.
When's Gleam's next prediction about getting the money out? Because he told me to get the money out one time. I got the money out. I didn't need to get the money out that time. So,
Now it's just sitting there.
yeah. So I'm just waiting to find out when the next day, doomsday comes. I probably won't find out because I ain't got a phone. But there should be internet. If there's banks still about and they're all trying to go internet banking, then there should be internet still. By logic. So hopefully we can find out maybe on Facebook or some shit like that. You know what I mean? No, I'm saying.
So Robbie Love's thing is the magnetic reversal. Okay. That Chan, Thomas, Adam and Eve
Magnetic
story.
reversal.
That's what he's saying in 2030 to 2040. Robbie Love saying there's going to be a magnetic reversal. And so that's what he's preparing for.
What? So that means all the data will be wiped and
I don't know. I suppose what happens in a magnetic reversal? No one knows.
magnetic reversal. That would mean, I guess that would mean like polarity switches or something.
Something, yeah. All the magnets turn around the opposite way. That'd be well confusing if you was trying to do orienteering that day, and you're just out somewhere and your magnet suddenly goes the opposite way, and you're like, "Well, I thought I was travelling south. What's happening? I'm travelling north now." And you turn around, end up in the place you just come from a minute earlier on.
I wonder if that. Wow, that could be a possibility, man. Imagine that as a reality, that every so-and-so amount of time, the poles kind of switch and then north becomes south or south becomes north. So now all the compasses are pointing towards where we'd say south as to be north now.
Yeah. It'd be confusing
pretty
for
mad.
like a day or so. But once you go, oh, right, north, south, and south, north. Oh, okay. Right, that's all right.
Yeah.
Be all right then.
That'd be kind of weird, isn't it?
So-
we wouldn't have, like, it wouldn't really change much for us.
No, just anything's got a magnet in it.
Yeah, we wouldn't know shit.
No.
Unless we were, like, on some kind of voyage or something.
Well, unless you've got magnets at home and then they was all the wrong way round.
Yeah.
You had to turn them all upside down.
Oh, God.
So Gleam's saying, look up redacted. It's happening now in the US. The money. So he's saying you should have got dollars out, not not pounds, if he was going to take them out of the bank.
What now?
I don't know. I think he's saying someone tried drawing out grand in cash and the bank declined him. Oh, I've lost that bloody thing there. Where's that gone?
Oh,
My
right.
chat's acting a bit weird, actually.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's really
I thought it was
glitching.
me. Yeah, I thought it was me. Yeah, it seems like there are people like trying to get their money out. I've heard one or two things about that, but I'm always skeptical about how true it is. You know me. Yeah, you gotta wonder. Some guy in the US tried to draw it out.
Serious. Watch
USA.
the coming.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
mean, there's no doubt about it because when you think about it logically, they only print a certain amount of money, and then so that means there's only a certain amount of money in circulation. So then when they add interest on anything, that interest is not printed up. That's them making a claim that you owe them interest.
Yeah.
That's not getting pressed up. So there's never any circulating anyway to pay everything because they're demanding more than that.
Yeah, because they just make up that interest bit. Yeah, you're right.
So it's inevitable that the thing is, I guess, going to crash in some form of way. And maybe, this is their way of trying to, was it like re-rail everything? So, the train goes this way now with their whole system.
Some sort of great reset of some kind. BLA saying the inner Earth is reversing right now.
The inner Earth.
The inner Earth is reversing right now.
So what, we're going inside out?
Don't know. If it's
meaning the polarities, like north-south thing.
Maybe, yeah. Gleam saying pole switch.
Pole switch.
Liz Williams, metal detectors going mad.
Isn't it, boy? Remote controls just flipping out.
Anything with a magnet in it. What else has a magnet in it? Loads of stuff.
Yeah, I think all the speakers.
All the things on my... I know it's happened because all of the things on my fridge will be on the floor and I'll come down in the morning and they'll be lying on the floor.
Yeah.
What's happened? It's a pole shift.
Yeah, that'd be kind of weird, man. Wonder if, it'd be interesting to know if we even notice.
Gleam saying, oh, God, this bloody...
So Liz is saying it ain't a physical reset.
It's a spiritual reset. Where's that comment that I just saw about the...
The core is supposed to have matched the Earth's rotation. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. I ain't heard about this yet, but I'm going to look into it. So Robbie Love's saying the Earth core slowing. Oh, slowing was in the news. Science news, he says. Speaking of science, let's speak about some real science right here. Because science, as you know, the real meaning of science is the study of nature, the study of things natural, the study of things God made, meaning that are just there. We can never explain. We just know that they are there, and they are there for us, as we have been told. And one of these beautiful, what shall I say, gifts that we'll be given is sea moss, Irish moss to be exact. And if you're going to get one of these, if you're going to get yourself something that is made of the earth, you know what I mean? No one didn't touch it. You can look at that and say, look at that, that's God right there for real. No one didn't make that. Something made that. We don't know what. But we know that the nutrients that it holds cannot be messed with, cannot be tampered with, unless we let them. But these guys here make sure that nothing is tampered with. It's all organic, all wild crafted. You get your sea vegetables from the seamossboss.co.uk, mother lovers. That's right. You can get yourself some dose. As I said, some Irish moss. You can get Irish moss gels. You can get the gels mixed with bladderwrack, or you can get bladderwrack on its own. You can also get yourself wakame. You can get yourself a whole bunch of stuff like spirulina. And all these products here contain a whole bunch of nutrients, mother lovers. Your calciums, potassium, phosphorus, zinc, calcium, I said that already. Vitamins, B vitamins, A vitamins, K vitamins, C vitamin. All types of nutrients in there that you might not never know nothing about, but you definitely need. And when you get yourself over to the cart, make sure you type in about 20. That's ABOUT 20. Uppercase, by the way. And you'll get yourself 20% off any order from the seamossboss.co.uk. We appreciate you, Richie and Torain, for providing us with this magnificent nutrient. Dense sea moss. For I stand here as living proof. Yo, I swear by it, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, get yourself that, man. It's definitely worthwhile. We've also got a shout out to Connoisseurs UK because, boy, my aches and pains have been relieved by the CBD balm. That ain't no lie. You know what I mean? Like, I know for sure that the shit works. That's why we make sure people know that if they want to get it, they can get it at connoisseursuk.com. Get yourself any form of CBD, whether you want indica dominant, you want sativa dominant, or you want the full spectrum. You can get yourself all types of chocolate products, chocolate stirrers, Belgian chocolates, dark milk chocolate, sativa or indica. You can get yourself some oils, beautiful sprays that you can just spray under the tongue, bang, bam. Have yourself a good day, you know what I mean? You don't need a coffee. You just need yourself some CBD. That will bring you up to a nice but calm and relaxed level, as opposed to a hype and, what's going on the news? I've got to get to work at that level. Oh, I need to take shit. You know what I mean? Think about it, man. The thing makes you want to take it. It's like, straight away you're in fight or flight mode. Yeah, I need to take a shit first, then I'll go fly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, CBD's right there, man. ConnoisseursUK.com. They've also got indica and sativa, as well as the full spectrum in terms of the oils. And you can get yourself some coconut oil-infused paste as well. So that's infused with the CBD balm. And trust me, that really works, man. That's what I've been using on my little aches and pains and that from my accident. Shout out to the connoisseursuk.com, Sam and the crew. We love you. Make sure you get yourself 20% off any order when you go to the shopping cart as soon as you type in SYMNNKNA. That's right, SIMNA. The acronym for something you might not never know nothing about. Will get you 20% off any order, mother lovers. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Wild world. This whole, what was it? This whole thing about the balloon going over America. I was like, are these people serious? It's a spy balloon. Right now, there's a spy balloon going over the top of America. Chinese trying to infiltrate. It's like, bruv, they're going to send a balloon. Of all the things they're going to send to try and find out some information from you, like they're sending a balloon. Like, oh, man.
And you can't even decide what to do about it. It's not. And
it's nuts. Man.
And
it's like,
and it's flying at a level where you're like, oh, there's a balloon there and everyone can see it. Not a very good spy balloon.
Some people are saying it's a satellite, like how there's this whole theory that the satellites are just on balloons or something like that,
Right.
and floating around. They're not actually like orbiting the skies as people say. I don't know how true that is because I feel like I've seen satellites. I've seen something up there that's been, moving in a different way than everything else.
Yeah.
I always thought they're satellites, but yeah, people say that they're balloons. So they're saying that was, but I was like, yeah, but how come you don't see others then? You know what I mean? We'll have to find out if there's any numbers on that. In the next coming weeks. We'll speak to a couple friends and find out. But yeah, probably are. Because, whenever it's out there in the news like that, for some reason, them numbers pop up.
Yeah, it was like it's the only thing you're seeing on the news for a whole period of time. Like it was like really important news, and then they just shot it down anyway.
Yeah,
apparently
they left it there long enough that people could like film it and
left it there long enough that people talked about it for ages, and then they took it down. A balloon. It's literally like you're at a bloody fun fair and you're a child and they're entertaining you with a balloon. Like, look what we can make. Look what I made it into. I made it into a spy balloon. Look what else I made it into. Made it into maybe a satellite. Look what else I've made it into. What do you see in the balloon?
The whole thing about the balloon, man. I was like, right.
You want to play with the
They're
balloon?
going to send a friggin' all the way from China. A balloon went to America. I was like, what? Like, how the hell did they manage to get that far? A balloon. How long's the balloon going to take to get? It's like, come on, man. Are you lot serious? Or are they saying that someone let it up from, from enemy enemy turf? It's nuts, man.
Release the balloon. The evil Chinese military setting off a balloon.
It's nuts, mate.
So how primitive do they want people to think they are?
Yeah, I think it's amazing, mate. It's amazing, man. But yeah, a lot of craziness going on out there as usual. What can you do? You just sit back and laugh. Try and drink a decaf. Decaf.
I'm just found this inner Earth's core may be slowing down compared to the rest of the planet. This is not an Earth-stopping event, however. This was
inner Earth's core
I do remember
may be
seeing
slowing down compared to the rest of the planet. Maybe slowing down. What do they mean by that?
Well, because the planet's constantly spinning.
The Earth's core doesn't spin.
Right,
with it.
just suspend belief for the moment. The Earth is spinning round, and then that's spinning round something else. So there's all this movement going on, but the Earth's core is going to slow down so that it appears it's going slow, but it's not. It's still going really fast, 1,000 miles an hour or whatever through space. And then it says this is not an Earth-stopping event, however. It won't, for example, have any major impact on the Earth's magnetic field, which is generated by the movements of the molten outer core. I mean, that's like a bit of guesswork. It should say there, citation needed at the end of that.
Yeah.
And then this bit at the end from some, who's it from? Horovier to Kausik, a geophysicist of the Australian National University, told CNN the inner core doesn't come to a full stop. Instead, the inner core is now more in sync with the rest of the planet than a decade ago when it was spinning a bit faster. Nothing cataclysmic is happening, he added. No one asked if there was anything cataclysmic happening, so why would you say it? Why would you add that bit in?
Just thought, I'd put that out there just for you to think about it in that sort of way, just in case, Even
no
though
one asked. Why? Is something cataclysmic going to happen?
It's like if I say, don't think about the pink elephant, then what do you do? Do you know what I mean? Gleam saying that The Simpsons predicted it with a Fox News sat in season 14, episode 11. It was held up by the balloons. Brother, how did you know exactly what season?
Wow, yeah.
That episode, that was pretty deep, boy.
Yeah.
Go on, Glee. Yo. Supported earthquake activity, the recent earthquakes. Yeah, BLA saying that the earthquake activity, the supposed earthquake activity and the recent earthquakes may be a connection. It's true. Could be something going on there.
Mm.
It could be. And it is theories. It is all theory. We have no idea. These people, like, man, like all the measurements, all of that stuff, you know what I mean? It's still theory because they're not actually there to confirm measurements are true. So the best they can do is theorize. Like no one's allowed to go that deep down there.
Yeah.
Was it? You know, I think you're not allowed to go further than 10 miles or something like that. You're not allowed to dig deeper than, is it 10 miles?
Well, they reckon here
Into
it
the
was
ground.
like 3,200 miles below our
What?
feet.
Is it?
That the planet's solid iron core. I don't know about all that stuff.
It's 3,000
3,200 miles
deep.
below our feet. So the mantle of the Earth is 3,200 miles thick,
Wow.
and then then the core begins there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they say.
All right. Okay.
Apparently. Well, no, apparently that's what it is. So that's exactly what they said. So you can't argue with that.
Yeah, we can't argue with that. So, you know what I mean? Oh, well. Let it be, my friends. Let it be. You know what I mean? If that's the case, I think there is something happening, but I don't know what exactly. There are some funny-looking clouds out there nowadays, for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, when I'm looking out there, you know what I mean, up in the skies, I'm seeing like, oh, things look kind of strange out there.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, there's obviously the earthquakes that have been happening over Turkey-Syria border. It's pretty
What
crazy.
with the lightning happening at the same time as well? Did you see all that?
No, is there lightning happening as well?
Yeah.
What, some crazy kind of...
The Turks are saying that it's the harp thing that America's
are
using
they?
harp on them.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I was chatting with someone about that, and there could be a possibility in it because we don't know. Would they call them the DEWs or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a crazy ass thing to think that they can do things like that, you know, manipulate weather and even sort of penetrate.
Thing is, someone would have used it by now in an obvious way, wouldn't they? It's like with all these directed
thought.
energy weapons, they say that they've got weapons that can disperse crowds, and well, someone would have used it by now, I'm sure. And I know, like, you know, they might be saving it for the time when they really need it, but when else would you really need it but in a war? Surely that's when you really need it, so you would put it out then. But I've yet to. I reckon there's some sort of problem with powering these directed energy weapons, and they probably take a lot of power to actually use them, and so they can't provide that amount of energy needed to do a sustained. They can do them in demonstrations, and they can do them in, you know, controlled environments, but actually in the field, I think it's probably a different situation. You probably need to have a massive power source.
Well, what I wonder is whether they, you know, they're like in terms of them testing these things out, maybe they're not able to kind of go full whack with it because they don't know what can happen.
Never stopped them before, no, is it?
Yeah, I guess so.
They didn't know what was going to happen when they dropped a nuclear bomb. They had a bigger yield. When they dropped the bombs, there was a bigger yield each time than they predicted for the first three, you know, all the time, every time they drop one. There's this whole anomaly in, you know, like nuclear bombs, nuclear explosions that they're not really sure why they get different yields each time than what they were supposed to get. So they might have predicted it was going to be like, 3,000 tons of TNT, and they get 6,000 tons out of it. Maybe they've worked that out by now. I don't know, but I remember reading that back when they first sort of started dropping them, is that they was always getting these surprising different numbers, and there's all theories about whether it was something to do with the location they was putting them, whether there was different magnetic anomalies in those locations, or whether it's to do with the speed of the Earth, or I don't know whether they worked it out. Probably did. But yeah, they don't care. They don't care about trying things out and harming people, and But surely you'd see if they had weapons they could crumble buildings with, they would be doing that instead of firing rockets at them. Instead of bombing buildings all the time, or
Maybe they are then. Maybe they, I mean, it is, and we're just speculating here, by the way.
Yeah.
But it is interesting when you look at the buildings. There was a certain area where it was just like 2 buildings that went down, but there was loads of buildings around.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's kind of weird. It's like, wow, how did that happen? Are they on the ley line, or what the hell?
Yeah.
Going on,
Yeah, why is there so
tricky.
many other buildings around the Twin Towers that go down at the same time? Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's like 3 other buildings or something around there, wouldn't there, that came down, or who knows? But yeah, I'm sure someone would use. If Russia had some sort of directed energy weapon, wouldn't they just be like unleashing it on Ukraine now to just win a war, just get it done?
Well, you see, D, there you go, throwing out more ideas as to what the hell is going on then. Because wouldn't that be the case with so many wars that have been going on? Like, wouldn't they just have done their little DUW, whatever you want to call it, then, there and then? And so what's going on with these wars then?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
You know what I mean? What's really happening? Like, why? There shouldn't even need to be, like, that's what I've always been thinking though, is like big ass Russia against little ass Ukraine. Like, that's really a war going on. That doesn't make sense. Like, that massive land, that amount of people, versus this massive land and this amount of people. Like, how is that even called a war? There must be more to it.
Well, the UK's just sent over a load of jets, so
For Ukraine.
yeah, so it's not really just Ukraine versus Russia, is it? It's like the whole of the rest of the world. The sort of, not the rest of the world, I suppose, like Anglo-American Empire versus Russia. So yeah, we're basically in a war now.
Are we in a war now?
Basically, well, if we've sent jets, if we've sent airplanes, fighter jets over to Ukraine to fight Russia, we're basically in a war.
Jeez, so that's happened just now, right?
Today,
yeah. Sorry. So that's funny. I was saying that
you
earlier.
see Zelensky, he was wearing his
with the king, yeah.
He's wearing his jumper with the padding inside it to make it look like he's got shoulders all of a sudden, and
Nah, I didn't see.
he's like walking around like that.
Oh, is he?
Like he's got like
I saw some pictures.
You see
of
a picture of him with a
the king.
t-shirt and he hasn't got any shoulders, and then you see him with his jumper on and he's got shoulders.
Oh dear. Wow. So it's happening now. Then now we're in the war. Oh, I
Basically,
I'll
but
catch up.
we're not, are we? But they're not conscripting people to go to a war, but they are taking jets.
Which is interesting because people were getting turned away. They were going over there to try and help out, and the Ukrainians were turning them away.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
Right.
That's a funny one. So this is the drone wars. Oh, so what the aircraft they've sent are just kind of drone type aircraft. They're not exactly.
Oh, are you getting chat updates? I'm not getting any.
I'm on the YouTube.
Oh right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought someone might have mentioned it in the chat.
Yeah. It's in the YouTube chat. That's dangerous, boy. Dangerous. Regentology was in Egypt with the Russians and Ukrainians all together partying 5 weeks ago.
Didn't
So
he?
they weren't at war.
Did he not manage to
Egypt.
solve the?
Riddle
How
of the
did he?
Sphinx.
How did he do it? No, how did Riddle of the Sphinx? How did he get them both partying together? So couldn't we just do whatever Regentology done?
Yeah,
for
what
all
did
of
you
it?
do at the
What
party?
did you do?
man?
What's your
Yeah,
secret?
what was going on there? Yeah. Let us know, man. We try and spread that word. Yeah, it's weird, man. The whole thing is strange because it's so many angles to think of it from. You know what I mean? And us sitting here as if we can pinpoint really what's going on. All we can get is the information we're getting,
Yeah.
and then try and decipher. But something doesn't seem right.
No.
That's all I know. Something doesn't seem right, and I'm sure that uncommon senses can feel me when I'm saying that. Because, boy, you know, these circles keep spinning. So he's saying they were all together. It's their tourist spot, apparently. Egyptians speak their lingo more than English there. So the hospitality. Yeah.
It's their tourist spot. Okay. So it's their like what is it? No man's land where they're like, this is neither Russia nor Ukraine. Here we are just friends.
We are all Egyptian here.
But your country's at war and you're on holiday.
Yeah.
Did you ask them that? Suppose people are entitled to have a holiday. You didn't even need a holiday from war.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not every part of the country either that's even facing the war. Like, think about, there are countries where there's war going on, but then, you know, parts of land that away, miles away, they ain't feeling none of that. So I guess in that sense, the whole thing is kind of weird though anyway, man. The fact that we want wars, that we're happy, we're cool with war going on. Like we just, I've been binge watching blah, 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 whilst there's a war going on. Like people are getting killed left, right and centre, isn't it? It's kind of mad. You know what I mean? Man are queuing up for their coffee, like pissed off, like, oh, fucking, I'm going to be late from work. Like, yeah, meanwhile, you know what I mean? So it's all a bit twisted, isn't it? I guess.
You're more saying, all I know is I'm still waiting for our intergalactic brothers and sistren to show up, and that balloon wasn't them, so I'm gutted.
Wow, you reckon there's aliens out there? Like, for real, let's find out from the Uncommon Senses chat room. Do you lot think there are aliens out there? Like, honestly, yes or no?
Aliens, yes or no? Go. And also, would you pick aliens over Earth if aliens turned up? Whose side would you be on? Aliens or
whose side
Earth's
would
side?
you pick? Oh, whose side would you pick? You know, jeez. All right, so we got them coming in. Whose side would you pick, D? Do you think there are aliens out there? Nah. Yeah, I think. All right, so what are we saying? Gleam said nope. Psychedelic Scientist said yes. Ooh. Liz Williams said yes. Gleam said nope. Mr. Green said probably. Ooh, slightly on the fence. Mr. Green. We are unique,
Gleam's,
full stop,
yeah.
says Gleam.
Glean's on. That's the biblical view.
BLA says depends what weed the aliens got.
They always seem to smoke weed, aliens, don't they? I mean, it's sort of like a thing. It goes together, aliens and weed smoking.
I mean, they probably came up off the back of weed smoking, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or something close to it. Some kind of herbal remedy got people thinking, oh, what if there's other stuff out there, other beings?
Yeah.
They're like us, but not like us, and they.
Do you know something? Do you know something I found out about 420?
What?
Do you know where it started? Right, it started in America with these like 5 college kids who were friends with the Grateful Dead, the band, the Grateful Dead. Right, the Grateful Dead are a CIA affiliated hippie band from from the 60s onwards, sort of thing. But they used to meet in their college at the statue of Louis Pasteur. So there you go, 420. Your 420 is CIA, Louis Pasteur. It's all of it. So enjoy 420 this year.
Ouch, Steve. That hurts, man. We gotta find out how true that is, man. Because that's kind of that ain't nice to hear.
Picking the psychedelic scientist, picking the human side. Lawrence Limburger depends on the aliens. What does that mean? That's kind of speciesist against aliens. What does that mean? Don't like little greys.
Speciesist. Speciesist. Yeah. That was worth
You're
saying,
showing your side. You're showing your true nature there, Lawrence Limburger.
Speciesist is proper. Like that's the type of thing they would say as well.
What, the aliens?
Nah, like people that are like that. Like,
If the aliens turned up and said stuff like that, I'd start shooting.
That speciesist. You should not discriminate against green people with 6 fingers and webbed feet.
Also, you should all have your 4th shot by now.
And no penis. That's right. We do not have penises. That's why we can't relate to you human beings, especially for masturbating.
Perhaps that's what's happening. We're
That
being
shit's
prepped.
weird.
We're being prepped for the landing. They need a certain number
weird.
of people. You can't stop touching yourselves.
You always think about it all the time. It's always on your mind. What's wrong with you people? Yeah, my side. That's all right. Listen, William said she'd be on her side. Were there any alien people that are on the alien side at all? For all we know, the aliens might be friendly. Psychedelic scientists is definitely
alien side.
Yeah, alien
Pro-alien.
side. Pro-alien, man.
Yeah.
Tabulicious said, "Take me with them, please. Not for experiment. Not for experimenting.
Yeah,
no,
you have to take the anal probe if you're going with them."
Yeah, that's it, man. You can't pal up with no aliens and they ain't probing you out some form of way.
That's how they say hello. That's
their thing.
They don't understand our version of
What
hello.
do you
yet.
mean? This is the reason why we don't penises. It's because of the anal probe. We understand that it is not something every alien being would be into.
We understand it is not for every type of species.
But we're not saying that it's bad for any species to do what they want to do. As you are your own species. And we are ours. We are all different but the same. If you understand what I mean, but not in that way.
I can't believe you are discriminating against people who anal probe themselves.
Yeah. All right.
It's one world.
One universe.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that's how I'd slip up. Yeah.
Sheesh. Yeah, who the hell knows, man? I mean, it could be. Look. I mean, do we call them aliens if? What is an alien? Think about that. What is an alien really? It's like it's meant to be a being of some sort that is not of this land, not of this terrain, I guess, yeah?
Yeah.
And so, somehow we're here. We don't know how, but are we of this terrain? Do we know that? You know what I mean? So when we think about what an alien is, it could be a lot closer than we think. You know what I mean? We could be related in some way to an alien if it's in that context. So, whose side are we really on, mother lovers? Tune in. Tune in next week to find out. No, I'm joking. Yeah, that's an interesting one, though. Seeing people are definitely, there are believers out there. Yeah, there are a lot of things out there as well that inspire the sort of vision of aliens, like people mentioning fish, octopus, and all that. You know what I mean? There's certain insects as well. So it's not surprising that we think and believe that there are aliens out there. Bare films, like it's beyond, you know what I mean? Lawrence Lindbergh mentions The Predator.
If the aliens like The Predator, I'm not going.
It's true. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it's no wonder. I know a lot of people are hoping they're just like E.T. You know what I mean? They ain't here for no trouble.
BLA, all the sci-fi actors would be cancelled for misappropriation. That's fucking true.
But you think about it, man. If E.T. turned up on your doorstep, you'd be shitting yourself. If E.T. was like, just bam, just land in your room, just there. You're telling me, you're like, oh, E.T. Nah, you'd be shitting yourself. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Psychedelic scientists, have you heard of Roger Lear, the famous alien implant surgeon? Have you seen those alien implant things where the bloke who takes the implants out of people?
Huh?
Yeah.
What, to make them look like aliens?
No, he takes little pieces of, like, I don't know, metal type silicon little mini chip things and stuff out of people's bodies.
Oh, and
So they'll have like a pain in their knee for years, and then he does all these investigations on it, and he'll pull out like a little tiny piece of metal thing.
What, and they'll say that it's like
an implant of some kind,
probe,
like a chip that's been where they've been chipped.
Well, that's what that kind of takes it to that place where so there's a theory that you know, like there were experiments that were being done over them ways, like Area 51 areas and all that, and it was actually, so people thought that they'd been abducted by aliens, and so that's why that whole story came about, where the, you know, people are saying, oh, there are abductions going on, but really it's like Area 51 people and doing their weird experiments and planting people with microchips and all that. So, you know, as much as
there's a weird bit of the MK Ultra history with a woman called Kathy O'Brien, who wrote a book called The Transformation of America. And she says that when she's being taken into one of their rooms, you know, to have whatever done to her, that suddenly she two of the people in front of her turn into lizard alien people. But she said she knows it weren't real, they weren't really that, but there's something they was doing to her that was putting her in an altered state that was making her see them as like alien lizard people. And she said that she couldn't really, you know, not see them as that, I suppose. And then,
imagine that. Smoke some of this.
Yeah.
Smoke some. Oh, okay. We'll just ask you some questions. Okay.
Yeah.
And bam, they turn into lizard people. You're like, yo. This shit. Yeah, that's kind of mad. Yeah, it could be things like that, man. Who knows? But there were old like depictions as well in old carvings and paintings and whatnot of alien-looking creatures.
Yeah.
Apparently, so these could be visions that people have been seeing for eons. You know what I mean? Like we've been talking about the collective consciousness earlier on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Crazy ass times, mother lovers. See, Gleam saying when he smokes, he sees people's heads like massive bobbleheads sometimes. Man, I remember that. Yeah, it's things like that. Like, think about what shrooms do to you, man. You know what I mean? They make you see things. Shrooms make me feel like I'm seeing things the way I'm supposed to see them. It's like I've got these, like, it's like not, X-ray, but in a whole different dimension, in the form of like, oh, you're really a goblin, or you're really a werewolf. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, you'd be walking past a row of crackheads and they all look like golems, just like looking for that ring. Yeah, give me my Schmeagol. You know what I mean? Schmeagol, give me my ring. Like, right, okay. You're hearing the news, you're like, I know what you're really saying. No, you're trying to shit like that. You think you're really deciphering the world. And then, so it's the same thing like visually as well. You start to see things, you know what I mean? You're smoking, you're like, it don't look right, man. Smoke looks deadly. Looks like it's, some CGI smoke that just looks wrong. They're really putting me off that thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then when you're not, when you're off of it again, you can't remember you can't remember how that feels for a start. You can't remember, like, you felt like you were seeing things differently, but you can't actually get back to that way that you were seeing things, where it felt like things were a bit more realistic.
Yeah. That's when you're tripping, boy. Tripping. Yeah. You gotta ride that wave, though. Ride it, man.
Yeah.
Get into your soul. Dig deep into your soul. Find yourself. When you wake up out of it, you're like, wow. I made it, man. Jeez. I thought I was going to die, man. I swear, man. I nearly died, man. I thought I was going to die. And you have that ego death, boy. Because you lost control. You didn't have control. You were just lost in this dimension.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no one around you. There's no way anyone can help you with it, really.
I did try recording
in
all.
your mind.
Or like
You
doing
tried to record
music,
yourself.
or like where when you're like in the middle of it, you think, oh, I'm gonna record it and see what I'm saying, or make some music or something like that, and it's never anywhere near as good as what you think it was when you were doing it. Or you listen to yourself, you're like, what the fuck am I on about?
You can't.
But even when you listen back to what you were saying, you're like, no, it was more than that. What I was thinking was more than that. What I was thinking was really important, and then you listen to what you said, and you're like, "How did I just come out of that? I was thinking something more important than that."
That wasn't it. Boy. You're like, oh man, I really weren't thinking, was I? Yeah, but at the same time, when you do it in the right place at the right time, it's a good experience. So I think obviously in moderation as well. Whatever you do, brother lovers, you know what I mean. Yo, it's about that time, though. It is a midweek. It's a school night. We want to give up a big shout out to Homeboy Sandman for coming through earlier on. You know what I mean? There's a good chat with him. As he said, link him up, homeboysandman@gmail.com. I think it's Gmail or Google Mail?
Gmail.
Sure. Yeah, it's at gmail.com. You know what I mean? And he'll link you up. He's very smart with it, offline but still online in his own way. You know what I mean? So, yeah, catch up with him. Also, look out for the brand new LP, 12 Days of Christmas and Dia de los Reyes, sorry. Pardon me. My Spanish was a bit off.
And then, and Friday the 3rd of March, wasn't it?
The 2nd of March, I believe it is.
Oh, is
it's,
it?
March the 2nd at Jazz Cafe. I'll put the thing in the comments again. Ticket link in the comments. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna head down there.
Yeah.
Definitely be fun. Shout out to all the crew that were locked in, man. We appreciate you lot each and every time. Regantology, Gleam, Liz Williams, Yamore, Turbo Tubalicious. Yeah, Psychedelic Scientist, Robbie Love. Big up Mr. Green. Yeah, shout out to all the crew. Lawrence Limburger. You know, you love seeing those names, man. King Chico, big up my brother. BLA. Yep. All the crew that were locked in, man. We appreciate each and every one of you each and every time. We'll be back next week. I believe next week is going to be, what are we going to get? Yeah, I think we're going to get into some astrology next week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Who's on?
We got DVG with Imagino Cell. It's going to be
cool.
an interesting one, D.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the naysayers out there that don't believe that there's a higher power up in the skies controlling your world. All right, it might not be necessarily like that, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you're going to learn. Something you might not never know nothing about. That's right. We'll be back next week, so thank you very much for locking in. Please follow all the channels. You know what I mean? We got the brand new channel coming up.
Yeah, that would be good actually if people can go and subscribe to that to the other channel.
Yeah, put that in the chat room.
Yeah.
And make sure Mother Lovers can catch
Let
up
me
with
find
that. We appreciate each and every one of you locking in always. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah, we got a lot more coming up as well, man. And as always, I'm MysDiggi.
Let me just try and find the. Sorry, let me just put the link up for the channel in there.
Oh, yeah. Do that before we bounce.
Any other? Have you got any other?
What we got? No, I don't think I've got any plugs at the moment. Obviously, yeah, get that Tremendous LP. That's out right now. Great on Purpose, I believe it's called. It's out on High Focus. I feature on a track. Produced by Chemo, but he's got a new name now, isn't it? I've forgotten the new name, man. Forest DLG, that's it, yeah. Forest DLG, I've got to stick with that. Yeah. And yeah, the video's out there for that as well, man. So share that. Yeah, there's the new channel in the comments.
Yeah, because we're going to try and start swapping over to that at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Just so that we can protect the kingdom.
The
properly.
domain.
Yeah, protect the what do they call it? The capital.
Yeah, exactly. Psychedelic Scientist, yes, there's an album on the way, but there's some other bits and bobs coming before that. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to getting that out there. But yeah, the channel's coming together. It's coming together, Mother Lovers. Yeah, appreciate you lot locking in, man. Trust. It's always good to catch up. Always good to catch up, man. Yeah, subscribe to that new channel because that's where we're going to start switching over to as well. But yeah, next week should be a good one. And then the week after that as well, we should have See Through the Script coming through for sure. He's basically got to come through an hour later than what we usually start. So maybe we start like 9:30 or something and then get him in at 10 o'clock.
Right,
For that one. That'll be the 22nd. Yeah, man. We've put the word out for a few more, artists to come through. There's a lot of projects coming out this year, so it should be quite fun. Right, we've only got 17 subscribers on the new channel, so please hit that up and subscribe and share as much as you can because we're trying to build this up. Do you know what I mean? We've got the new setup now. It feels good, feels comfortable. You see, we got all the... well, not yet. You can't see it yet. You'll see it soon.
When we get someone in, you'll see the full power of this weapon.
Yeah, it's a new area now. You know what I mean? Stepping into a new world. Mother lovers. Yeah, some new Mother Lover music coming very soon. Don't worry about that. Trust that. Trust on that. Oh, boy. It's time, mate. Jeez. You know what I mean? Especially after the last few weeks, boy. Last few months, I should say, innit? No?
Yeah.
Time flying, bruv. Time flying. But anyway, is that time? You good?
Yeah.
Yo, big up all the crew, man. Love for locking in. Yes, I see all the names there. Yeah, big up, man. Salute. Thanks again to Homeboy Sandman for coming through. Yep. This some shit you might not never know nothing about. My name is MysDiggi. That's Dan DNA. And guess what, bitches and bitchettes?